I was talking about in the past, this is where the smog pump used to be. So this video is going to be a altering an alternator slash smog pump bracket into just an alternator bracket. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off. I'm going to lop it right through here. And then I think I'm going to make it a little sleeker, and I'm going to go down maybe through here somewhere. And then we'll sandblast and paint it. So when we come back, I'm going to get that off there. It's held on there with two 9/16 bolts after the alternator's off, of course. Okay, we'll be back. Boom. Just like that. So what I like to do, especially when you're going this deep into a project, is thread the bolts back where they go. I already put that one in with the bracket hanging on. That goes in up against that, then the bracket, then the bolt. Because when you take it this far apart, it gets a little I mean, like my whole storage unit is full of boxes and boxes of bolts. There's bolts laying in here. I just like to put things kind of back where they are ish, so that way I can remember where I put it. And then now I can clean my engine block up a little bit more. And we got new valve covers and intake and distributor cap and wires, thermostat housing, coil. I'm gonna take that off and get it rebuilt, but we're also gonna be taking these brackets off and sandblasting and painting them. So I'll do that here a little bit, but for now we're just gonna modify this and show you guys. Like I said, I'm just gonna, here's your lower mount, that upper bolt that I put in the video. I'm just gonna lop it off here, and I'm gonna round it off all nice and neat so it looks factory. And all of your alternator and everything will be nice and square and mount proper and be nice and rigid still. So I'm going to be using, this is sponsored by Milwaukee. I'm going to be using the Milwaukee cutoff disc. Now I see a lot of people using, this is I think they're an 1/8 inch or maybe just under. I like using the Diablo thin ones, even though I'm Christian. It's kind of against, you don't normally use stuff with the names of those type of things, but it's the only thing that really cuts well, especially on custom sheet metal fabrication when you gotta keep your tolerances tight. I see a lot of people cutting things off with one of these. These are like 1/4 inch, maybe a little over. I see a lot of videos. I mean, obviously this is like this long normally. This is one's worn out. This is not, that's not what you cut things off with. I mean, look at the difference. That will take forever and get super hot. So I'm gonna start cutting. I changed my mind on the angle deal here. Oh no, do I have this upside down now? I do, dang it. Sorry guys. Like I said, I'm gonna cut it straight off of here. I was gonna go, I still might, but I'm just gonna show you guys how to do this really fast and easy. I still might make it look a little bit, yeah, I think I might. Never mind. Anyways, if you guys do want to do this though, like what I did was I lined up my disc grinder with this. This is tapered, but I just started there. I kind of eyeballed square, went in, cut as deep as I could until it hit the disc grinder going this way. And then I stopped and flipped it up. And then I started it in this hole. You get it spinning first and then get it in there. And then scribe my way across, eyeballing on this, keep square, and then start cutting in there and cutting that. Now I can cut it off. And if you wanted to do it that way, it is quicker just to cut it straight through that way. I think for style wise, I'm just gonna cut it up in here. So I'm gonna get tricky with it. I'll be right back. Okay, so this is what it would look like if you did it straight across. It'd be sitting in the car like that. I was thinking about taking this and just rounding it off into this, and you'd never even notice. Same with the back. But I think I'll flip it over. And then another reason I cut on the other side of that is look at all this webbing and stuff. And plus that's important, and there's a lot more stuff to cut through. I'm gonna come inside of here and I'm gonna come across and just kind of meet up with this guy. And then I'll round the corners off with a different grinder. I'll show you in a minute. Okay, as you can tell, that's much more stylish. Right? This is how it's going to mount. When you're looking down on it, it goes up underneath the engine there. I'm going to round all these edges off and show you the final product. I don't think I'll sandblast and paint on this video, but that's what's going to happen after this. Okay, I use this grinder, 36 inch or 36 grit, 3-inch 3M disc. We rounded the corners off and made it look like it's all nice and factory. You'd never know. And then again, it sits like this with your alternator to my left. And when you're looking down on it, nice and clean. God's good.